Hello and welcome to another video tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get into Scholar, how you should be able to log in through Glow, and if not, what to do about it. And I'm also going to show you how to access the resources that you're going to be looking at and the little assessments that I'd like you to do this week. So if you open up your web browser, so obviously I'm doing this on a laptop, but in theory the same steps should apply if you're doing this on a tablet or a phone. If you find that it doesn't work, then please get in touch, let me know, and I'll see what I can do about that. So if you log in to Glow your usual way, when you get to your Launchpad here, what you're going to need to do first is hop over to the app library, and then go to where it says search apps, type in Scholar, S-C-H-O-L-A-R, and it'll pop right up. It's the Heriot-Watt University one that we're looking for. My one is already on my Launchpad, but you'll need to add yours to your Launchpad there, and that means that it'll just be really easy and quick to access it every time you log into Glow. If I scroll down, I should have it just here. Now, for some weird reason, my one's been a little bit weird today. You should, in theory, if you scroll down, you should be able to log in via Glow. That should not be a problem for you at all. If you do try and do this, it'll just be your normal Glow login, MC yada yada number at glow.sch.uk, and then your password. If you cannot do that, I do have access to usernames and passwords for you, so I should be able to get you logged in that way. So if you're having any difficulty with it at all, get in touch and I'll try and... the best way to get in touch actually would be if you can send me a comment and show my homework. We can do that on a one-to-one basis. It's probably the safest way to send that information over. So once you do get logged in, hopefully that's straightforward. You should see a page that looks like this, and I'll need you to click on the National 5 Visits. You might find that you're actually enrolled in other courses as well right now. I think that they've opened up Scholar, so there should be access to quite a lot of different courses for you. So you want to click on National 5 Physics, and these are our different topics in physics. Some of them are not finished, but it's getting there, it's nearly done. What we want you to look at this week, if you click on that arrow for dynamics and space, you can see there's all these different sections in dynamics and space. Now, we haven't covered the dynamics part, but we have covered the space part. So if you can click on number 7, this takes you into another menu, which has got even more options. So what you can do, you can start at the very beginning, if you choose to. It gives you, these are like your learning intentions for the whole topic. You can navigate your way through the notes and study the notes in this window here. There's some like example little sort of quizzes to do. There's sometimes animations. There's all sorts of information. It's a really, really, really well put together, well thought out resource. There's hyperlinks in each bit as well. There you go. That gives you a definition. This is a really, really fantastic resource to study from. So you might, once you've finished with the space stuff that I'm giving you this week, if you even wanted to go back and try looking at some of the wave stuff, you could use that for your revision there as well. So that's the revision. You've got worked examples for questions as well. So you can navigate your way through using these arrows at the side here. Or, you see that up here you can see the file path and where it's taken us. If you go back to Dynamics and Space, we'll go back to here, this menu. If I go back into space exploration, you could actually just skip to whichever part you want to look at. More specifically, oh, I'll go back too far. Something like this, you can see where there's a little arrow, that means that there's more within that option, so you can look at that. So you can look in the individual sections, or you can work your way through all. The thing that I'm going to be assessing, the thing that I'm going to be looking for, is this end of topic test. Okay. So where it's got a question mark, you can see that there's a key down here, that means that there's an assessment that you're going to do. So if you can click on that, click through again, hopefully it'll load. Okay, so there's a couple of things you probably need to know about this. You can see at the top what the questions are. You can skip and go ahead and have a look at each of the questions. You can take as long on this as you like, but I will be able to see, this generates reports for me, so I'll be able to see what time you log in to do this, how long you spend on it, what you get for each question, how many attempts you have. There's quite a lot of information that you can get from this, and it's really just to see things like, did you log in early enough, or did you wait until the very last minute to do it? So it's just to try and encourage you to engage with this a little bit earlier. So this first question, you can see that it's worth 1 mark. You haven't really read the question, but just to show you, you can submit your answer, you can reveal the answer. If you reveal the answer, you won't get the point because it's basically showing you the answer. But if I submit this, okay, so you get feedback straight away. It'll tell you straight away if it's right or wrong. Show feedback would probably be more useful if we got it wrong. Let's go to the next one. Alright, so if I do this one, if I submit this part, then I've got that wrong. Okay, so the feedback's maybe a little bit limited because these are multiple choice. If I show you the reveal button, okay, so it'll show you what the answer should be, but again, you wouldn't get the correct answer for that. Work your way through the quiz. If you click End Test before you've actually done the test, it will show as being incomplete, and sometimes I have in the past experienced that it will not register any answers necessarily that you did. When you're done, so you're on the last question, you click End Test there, so it's coming up with this warning, you've not completed every question, do you still want to end? Just for the purposes of showing you how it works, I'm going to click OK. But otherwise you would want to make sure that you'd attempted every question. And here you can see the score for each of the questions, what your percentage was. So you get this feedback really, really quickly that's really, really helpful. And then you have an opportunity to go back to the learning materials. So that's the Section 7 assessment. Section 8 is part space as well. So again, you can have a wee look through these resources just to do a little bit of revision. And I'd also like you to have a go at this end of topic test, and I'm not going to show you this one this time, you're going to have to do this one on your own. But the same thing, try and answer all the questions as best you can, try and make sure you've at least attempted them all. And then when you're finished, do make sure that you press End Test. If you just close the browser, it won't necessarily record what you've done, so it'll be hard for me to tell what you've done, what you got right, what you got wrong. And like I say, after that, once you're done with that, but you can come back out, you can maybe go and have a look at some of the other topics just to see maybe a little bit about what's coming up next year. You can have a look at some of the stuff in the waves as well. Okay, let me know if you have any problems in the usual ways. Best of luck.